Our next guest is a food columnist for USA Weekend and a contributing editor to Fine Cooking and Runner's World magazines. She is also the author of 6 cookbooks, including Perfect One-Dish Dinners, all you need for easy get-togethers. Pam Anderson says just one dish can wow your guests, and a big bonus, the cleanup is so easy.
That's true.
Welcome, Pam.
Good to be here, Jocelyn.
I'm so happy you are here with us. So tell us about this latest cookbook. It's now out.
It is.
How did this one evolve?
Well, it evolved in a cooking class. A woman said to me, raised her hand and said, Pam, I can make one dish, but when you start throwing in side dishes and vegetables and appetizers and desserts, I just get all flustered and I'm overwhelmed and I don't want to do it.
Well, see, this cookbook speaks to me. So
me too.
People who are busy, we need something like this.
Exactly, and I have people over a lot, and so I'm looking for the simplest and the best way to pull it off. I want to serve something delicious and impressive, and I want my guests to feel welcome, and I want them to feed them well and love being there. But I also, when they walk out the door, don't want to be stuck with a kitchen, just a mess.
And these are all your recipes.
They are. They are. I'm so excited about this book.
And in this book, do you pair things up with these different types of recipes?
Yes, I do. The one dish is the focus, because I believe that if you make one impressive dish, the rest can be ultra simple. I always say it can be as simple as just putting out a nice dish of nuts and serving a little glass of wine when people arrive. Then simply make a salad. I mean, how easy is that?
A salad's always good when it's the main dish.
It's so easy. And then just buy your favorite ice cream. We were talking about ice cream earlier. Just put out a nice goblet of ice cream, and that's all you really need. I mean, if that's all you have time for. I mean, of course, the book's got appetizers and desserts and all that. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the big thing is just make the one dish and then do what you can and be proud and serve it.
Is this the dish we're doing today? Is this one of your favorites?
It is one of my favorites. I mean, there's so many in there that I really love. I mean, a lot of people say, is this a book full of casseroles? And I was like, no, these are not your grandma's casseroles. There's some really interesting, fun dishes in there. And I had to do some kind of interesting tricks to make them all work, to make them one dish.
To be honest, when I heard the title, I thought crock pot.
Yes, I did. Yes, no, the recipes are simple, but they're just ever so slightly sophisticated, friendly but sophisticated.
All right.
So,
well, let's take a look at what you are cooking today.
Well, as you notice, I'm using a heavy-duty roasting pan. A lot of people don't think about using a roasting pan.
So this is your one dish.
Exactly. And the great thing about this is the equivalent of having 2 skillets on the stove. It increases your surface area. So guess what? When we make these meatballs, I don't have to cook in batches. And so therefore, I am saving a lot of time by not, it takes a long time to brown things.
Absolutely.
Speaking of browning, do you notice these meatballs are more patty-shaped than round?
Yes.
So they're not really meatballs. I call them meat mallows, actually, because they're almost like the shape of a marshmallow.
So you didn't pick them up and form them in your hands?
Yeah. Well, I like to use a little 2 tablespoon measuring cup, which gives you that shape, little patty shape, and then I do form them and give them 2 flat surfaces, because a ball it's hard to brown a ball.
Absolutely.
And so these, you can just simply flip them. They all fit in one pan, just one shot. And you may say, well, how is this dish one dish? Because typically a dish like this, you would need one pan to fry the meatballs, one pan to make the sauce, one pan to make the pasta.
And then you put it all together.
Exactly. Well, this is
truly
all in
one
dish. Yes. So you fry the meatballs, then you make your sauce and put your meatballs back in. Then you don't even need a separate pot for the pasta. What we're going to do is add our water, 6 cups of water, a big pinch of salt, and then we're going to cook our pasta right in
all
here.
All in one dish.
It is. And with the smaller amount of water, it eventually absorbs it all. And so then you end up with this gorgeous dish. And I think this is pretty enough just to take to the table like this. Do we need to really put this on a platter? I think this is quite attractive.
And you garnish it with something. Oh, there you go.
Okay, look at this. We're going to put a little parsley on here. And then I'm sprinkling this today. Often you can certainly use Parmesan, but I really like feta cheese these days. So, I mean, I just think this is really lovely. And I think this so casual.
What kind of meatballs did you use here?
Oh, good question. These are turkey feta meatballs, so they're lighter. They're not, the sort of typical traditional heavy
You
meatballs.
made these meatballs, though.
I I did make those
Right.
meatballs.
This is, you have a recipe. Okay. Here's how I would cheat.
Yes.
I'd buy my turkey meatballs. Is that okay?
Absolutely. The same technique would work using the turkey meatballs. I mean, and it would go together really fast. Just put the meatballs in, get them get them browning a little bit, then add your tomato sauce and follow the recipe just like that.
Okay.
So I totally endorse cheats because I believe the important thing is good food is important, but what's important is that the food brings people to the table. So if it becomes too complicated and you don't bring people to the table, you've lost an opportunity.
Absolutely. All right. You also have a recipe for a dessert for us.
Exactly. So as I said, they're not just one dishes. There's a complete menu that goes with each one dish.
This one is made to complement this dish.
This one, actually, there's another dessert that goes with this one, but we kind of like these today. So
Okay.
and you can switch them out. It's not like you have to make this dessert with this main dish. So we think these are kind of clever, so we wanted to demo these today. These cakes.
Oh, aren't those pretty?
I mean, they look like you picked them up at the best bakery in New Haven. You simply use shortcakes that you buy. Usually they're in the produce section next to the strawberries.
Easy to find.
Easy to find, and it's great. Simply fill the opening of one of the shortcakes with some raspberry jam. Of course, you could change up the flavors however you liked. And then top it with a few almonds, toasted almonds.
Now, do you toast that? Okay. And
Toasted
how
almonds.
easy can you toast these almonds?
You can do them on a low burner,
Just
in a little
oil?
skillet. You don't even need just a dry skillet.
Really?
And in about 5 minutes, you'll smell them. You just need to give them a little shake or stir.
And they're toasted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's that simple. You could do that while you're browning your meatballs.
Perfect.
Okay, and then you just top it with another cake. And then frost. I mean, I think this is something that you could even give the kids to do. It's that simple.
Now, what kind of frosting is that?
This is, again, it's another quickie. It's a cream cheese frosting, but I use lemon curd to flavor it. So your flavoring and your sugar is all in one. And you just mix it with there's a little bit of butter in here too. But this just frost.
And this is this a store-bought frosting that you can just
mix
with your lemon curd?
Jocelyn, I totally endorse whatever you do. If you decided you wanted to make
so bad.
The same flavors, the raspberry, the almonds, you could buy some really great chocolate frosting and just frost it, give this to your daughter and say, honey, how about icing some cakes? And now, would she love that or what?
Oh, this is looking very pretty.
Yes.
And then
we're just going to do is, top it with a few raspberries, garnish it with a little piece of mint if you happen to have something like that.
And voila!
So, I mean, you saw me right here in front of you.
Easy.
I didn't,
So easy.
I didn't. The other thing I want to tell you is that this is the dessert, the real dessert that goes with the menu. But there's more. I have these instant alternatives. So if you don't even have time to do this or you don't even think you want to pull this off, take the same ingredients, some of the same ingredients, the lemon curd, spread it into some softened vanilla ice cream, put it in a goblet, and top it with some raspberries.
All right. Now, if you want Pam's one-dish recipe, just come to our website. Pam's going to stick around for a bit. Coming up next.